What's going on, guys? Good morning. We are looking at something slightly different today. We are over on Vanguard. Today is the 16th of January. It is Martin Luther King Day. It is Monday morning, 5:30 a.m. on the East Coast. Guys, welcome to the channel. I appreciate all of the subscribers, the interaction in the comments. Thank you very much. So today we are looking at, like I said, something slightly different. I did get a comment recently, somebody saying how the crypto markets are too risky, too volatile, bad investment, so on and so forth. Well, that is definitely just somebody's opinion, but staying on that subject for a minute here is today we're going to be talking about something that is, in theory, less risky over in the stock market side, and you could actively or passively invest in this. We're going to be looking at the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, ticker symbol VOO. This is on the Vanguard website. I will leave a link to this page down in the video description if you want to check out this exact page. So if you want to invest in the stock market, the S&P 500 index representing 500 of the largest U.S. companies, you can do so through Vanguard VOO. Now, this is an ETF. You can also buy this on most major exchanges. I know you can buy it over on Tastyworks, so you don't necessarily have to have a Vanguard account to buy VOO. Has a very, very low expense ratio. Expressed as a percentage, the expense ratios are fees charged to investors to cover a fund or ETF's operating costs. They're deducted from dividend and capital gains distribution, not the principal. This has a very, very low expense ratio, one of the lowest that Vanguard offers, 0.03%. Currently, the 30-day SEC yield is 1.69%. So you're not getting a huge dividend in this fund, but you are participating in general market movement as the market moves up and as the market moves down. Let's scroll down here. Like I said, this is ticker symbol VOO. This is the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. So here we are scrolling down here. You can see currently year to date, 4.2% to the upside. Markets has had a decent little rally this year so far, although we are only 16 days into the 2023 new year. So let's check out the product summary. Invest in stocks in the S&P 500 index, representing 500 of the largest U.S. companies. Goal is to closely track the index return, which is considered a gauge of the overall U.S. stock market. Offers high potential for investment growth. Share value rises and falls more sharply than that of funds holding bonds. So, of course, there's always that option, too. You can hold bonds. You're just not going to have as much potential for returns. More appropriate for long-term goals where your money's growth is essential. So you could also buy the S&P 500 ETF SPY. We could do a video about that as well. But today we are checking out the VOO, the Vanguard ETF, S&P 500 ETF. Sorry about that. Not sure why the screen's doing that. So let's see. Minimum investment amount, $1. The current market price as of Friday the 13th was $366.22. So I know on Vanguard accounts that I have been logged into, this is relatively new, is when you go to buy shares of a product, you can actually buy a dollar amount now. So that could be why this is saying minimum investment amount, $1. So you don't have to necessarily have enough money, or you don't necessarily have to, if you don't want to, buy a full share of X product. Now, maybe it's only Vanguard products that they're doing that with, but let's say you want to put $100 in or $50 a week, whatever the case may be, but the price is way more. For this example, $366. You can still invest that amount of money and it'll just buy you partial shares. Partial shares add up to full shares over time. So that is very cool, very nice to see that. And I remember when I saw that on some Vanguard accounts, that was very nice. So like I said, the expense ratio, 0.03%. Head down here to performance and fees. So the benchmark should be the S&P 500 index. So we have VOO and the benchmark and a comparison. So let's see here. Month end, they match at negative 5.76%. The 3-month total, just off by a hair, 7.55 and 7.56. Year to date, negative 18.15%, where the S&P was a negative 18.11%. So very, very close. And if we head over to since the inception, which is in 2010, guys. So we are currently in 2023. So the VOO product is up 12.92%, and the benchmark is up 12.96%. So basically the exact same performance. Very, very close. Heading down a little bit lower. So we're heading down here to the expense ratio portion. So you can see VOO has a 0.03% expense ratio. Average expense ratio for similar funds is actually 0.78%, which that is a lot, especially over time. As money grows, that fee does add up. So one of the great things about Vanguard is a very low expense ratio. Historical volatility measures. Let's see here. We're actually going to skip over that. Down here to the price. Current price, like I said, 366. Let's see what we got down in this area. SEC yield, 1.69%. So it's not a huge dividend payer, but you do get, like I said, you'll get that exposure of the market moving, which can be much more than your dividends. Vanguard does offer high dividend funds if that's something you were looking for, if you're more interested in the income and a little bit less of the market return. Portfolio composition. So we'll head down here. Looks like VOO holds, number of stocks is actually 503. Heading down a little bit lower. They should give you what they hold here. So here is the weighted exposures. So VOO communication service gives you all of the different sectors here. And then if we head down a little bit lower, holding details. So this is probably weighted by, so we have Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Berkshire Hathaway, Google, United Health, Johnson & Johnson, Exxon, JP. And then you can actually view all of the funds. You can view them by equity, fixed income, short-term reserve, and so on. And then here's some more dividend information. Payable date, and so on. Shows you the amount per share. Gives you a little bit more info about the fund management, and so on. So it's a new year. It's 2023. Maybe you want to start investing. Perhaps you don't. Perhaps you're waiting for it to have X amount of money before you start. Well, not really an excuse anymore. because we just went over, and I've had personal experience with this, minimum investment, $1. So if you open up a Vanguard account, now I know this is within Vanguard. I don't know that you could do this in your regular broker account. You probably need at least enough to cover one share to do this outside of Vanguard. Within Vanguard, though, like I said, and it says it right here, you can invest this minimum as $1. So you don't need that full share price. If you have 10 or 20 or 200 or $15, you can start investing today, being involved in the stock market, the S&P 500 via Vanguard. Warren Buffett has said time and time again, and continues to say it, one of the best investments for most people is just to buy the S&P 500 long term, and then you can participate in the 500 largest U.S. companies, and you'll do very, very well over time. Long periods of time, of course. Day by day, week by week, month by month. Of course, you can experience extreme volatility, but over time, investing, compound interest, you'll collect dividends, so on and so forth. So if you want to become an investor, Vanguard, the S&P 500 ETF is a great place to start. In my opinion, of course, you might have other thoughts, but it's worth your time and worth checking out. This is also something that you can own within a Roth IRA. We can do a video about that as well. If you're interested, let me know in the comments. Huge tax benefits for a Roth IRA. You have to meet a couple different criteria, but that's for a different video. So if you add the Vanguard S&P 500 into a Roth IRA, that is a very powerful combination long term. So guys, appreciate you taking the time to check this video out. Like I said, let me know your thoughts in the comments. This is VOO. This is the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. This is the Vanguard website. Hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you are interested in some more content like this. Turn on the bell if you want to be notified. And like I said, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Appreciate it. Have a great day. Markets are closed today, so good day to do some research on some different funds or different stocks. Perhaps the Vanguard S&P 500 fund. All right, guys. Take care.